joining us. I'm Hector. I am the moderator for this mastermind group. This mastermind group is made of 5 top producing real estate agents from across the nation. We just come together every Friday at 11 o'clock to get to practice the listing presentation. The listing presentation is used during the listing presentation when we're going to go and meet a seller who's interested in selling the property. The whole objective is to know what to do and what to say. What to look for in this mastermind group, there's really 2 important things. One of them is that we follow the script, and the other one is what it takes to sell a property. Well, the scripts are already were written by Mike Ferry. The other one is what it takes to sell a property. Mike Ferry teaches us that there's 2 things that it's trivial for selling a property. One of them is the price. The price is each one of us depends on its knowledge of the market. So, that's where the comparative market analysis comes into play. The other one is the motivation. Motivation to us, it's very important because those are one of the 2 things that it takes to sell a property. One is the price, the second one is the motivation. Motivation, as we role play it in this listing presentation script, it's moving to San Diego. Every time that you hear moving to San Diego is when the motivation comes to play. So keep an eye, listen to how many times the sun moving to San Diego. It's what we are trying to help the seller remind him that that's what he wants to do. Move to San Diego. Hope you enjoy it. Leave your comments, subscribe, and let us know what you think about this mastermind group. All the best.
We really like what you've told us tonight. Sabrina and I are very impressed, and we mean your track record in town is one of the best, but I think that for she and I, we're going to need a day or so to think this through and make a decision.
Oh my God, where is mine?
I'm sorry, Hector. Say that again.
Yeah. We really like what you have told us tonight. For Sabrina and I, we're very impressed, and I mean your track record in town is one of the best, but I think that for she and I, we're going to need a day or so to think this through and make a decision.
Hector, I really appreciate that because getting your home sold and getting you off to San Diego is really important, isn't it?
Absolutely. We have to be in San Diego.
Okay, I really want to help you with that process, and I'm excited about helping you with that process. And so that my notes are complete and I can do a great job for you. Would you mind if I review the things you might want to think over? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, great. So, Hector, sometimes people say to me when they want to think things over, the first question they want to think about is, especially after looking over all the information, is that they even want to sell a home. And you told me you're definitely going to San Diego. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have to sell the home. Absolutely.
Okay. You don't want to think that over, right?
No, that is done. Pretty much.
Okay. Let me make a note of that. And Hector, the second thing is, this happens sometimes, is the price we set on your home. Now, I know we talked a lot about this, but you seem pretty settled on $650. Is that okay? Are you comfortable with that?
Well, we wanted more, but we understand what you're saying, so we hesitantly accept $650.
Okay, so you have no problem telling me your home is for sale, telling the whole world that your home is for sale for $650.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So, Hector, we don't need to think about that. So the third thing then that we might want, and sometimes this happens, you want to think about the agent you are going to have representing you in the process. So you don't, and getting you to San Diego, right?
Correct.
Okay, so is that what you want to think about?
No, we know you're the right agent. We're clear on that. Your track record is why you're here.
Well, thank you, Hector. I appreciate that. So based on the fact that you have to be in San Diego in the 60 days, and based on the fact we really don't need to think about the price, based on the fact it sounds like you think I can sell your home, based on all that, Hector, let me ask you an honest question. Do you feel I can sell your home and get you to San Diego?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Why don't we get started?
Okay, I signed the contract. Pick your victim.
Alrighty.
And any of the other four or three.
All
Just
right.
selected the four of them.
Anne Marie,
Yes.
we really like what you had to say tonight so far, but the agent that was here last night said they agreed to drop their commission from 6 to 5%, and it's vitally important though we get as much money as we want because of our move. Will you consider or move your commission down so we can agree and sign on the contract?
You know, that's a great question, Bob. But I guess my question to you is this. If we can agree on this commission, do you want me to go ahead and list this property for you?
Sure.
Okay, great. So let's talk about that then. The fee that we charge for me and my company to market and do everything that we've done for the last 27 years to get your home sold is simply 3%. Now, my recommendation is that we incent the market by offering another 3%. So that would be 3%. So do you want to go ahead and get the most exposure and get the most agents excited about your excited so you net the most money by going ahead with the standard commission?
Okay.
Great. So we'll charge the regular 6%. Let's go ahead and sign the agreement.
Alrighty.
Okay, Anne Marie, pick your victim.
Dave,
Okay.
this is what my husband and I have decided to do. We've decided to list with you, but we do want the 775. Now, I know you're telling us the market has shifted to 725, but we figured we don't have to be gone until the end of the summer. So we can list at this price now and we can come back down lower later. Are you okay with that?
You know what, Anne Marie, I really appreciate that you want 775 for your home. And you know, you're not the first owner that's wanted to overprice the property. You know, a lot of people feel this way because they think that their home is worth more. And you know, you've really worked hard, you've raised your family here, and you've maintained your property. So it's really not uncommon. So here's the question I have for you though. How long do you want to take until the buyers don't show up for the up to your property before you'll consider reducing the price or adjusting the price to 725, which is what the buyers are paying today for a house like yours?
Well, Faith, the market has been so hot locally. Everything is selling quickly. Our neighbors said that they had multiple offers. So we figured it could take 30 to 45 days before we reduce the price. Because if we get the 775, that's an extra 50,000 to us.
You know, Anne Marie, I appreciate that. And at 775, it's not going to take just 30 to 40 days. It could take 3 to 5 months. Now, was that a timing that could still work for you?
Well, we don't want to wait 3 to 5 months. We need to get going sooner than that. What if we did 775 now and let's say drop it in 30 days?
Well, I understand how that could make sense. And how much time, Anne Marie, do you need for the buyers to keep telling you that 775 is not the price that's going to work?
Well, a lot. It's going to take time. I agree with that.
Okay, so how long would you need to see that no one's coming to the home, the buyers are not showing up, to adjust that price down?
Will you say that again?
Yes, how long do you need to see that buyers are not interested in your property at 775 before you'll consider adjusting the price to 725?
I've got an idea. I'm just going to tell my husband we can just list at your price. We're not going to win this battle.
Okay, so let's go ahead and sign the contract. You know, that was a lot of words, I felt. I know I didn't read it exactly, but it was a lot, wasn't it? Now that I'm thinking about it.
You want to settle up, you know, you don't want to say blah, blah, and then they think that you're rude. So you want to be a salesmanship.
Okay, Hector. You know, we want you to cut your commission There was another agent who said they do it for 4%, and you're saying you'll do it for 6%. We'll sign the contract if you cut your commission.
Faith, I really appreciate you asking the question, but let me ask you, is it important for you to move to Southern California on time to San Diego?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so that's important in the next 90 days. Okay, is correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So just curious, Faith, what happens if you're still on the market 120 days from now? Could that cause a problem for you?
Yeah, that's a huge problem because then I'll have to move and my family will be here, and that's going to create a lot of problems.
Okay.
So we got to get this thing
You know,
done.
and I agree with you, and I think you're right. This is exactly where smart sellers like yourself list correctly on day one so they can make their move on time, which is what you want, right?
That is right.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. Let's go ahead and sign the contract so I can help you get what you want in the time you want it. Okay.
Great.
Anne-Marie.
Mhm.
Okay. My wife and I, we like what you have told us tonight, Sabrina and I, and we're very impressed. And I mean, your track record in town is one of the best. And I think that for she and I, we're going to need a day or so to think this through and make a decision.
Hector, I really appreciate that because getting to San Diego is very important to your family, isn't it?
Absolutely. We have to be in San Diego.
Okay. And I really want to help with this process, and I'm excited about helping you with this process. And just so that my notes are complete and I can do a fantastic job for you, would you mind if I just review the things that you might want to think over? Would that be
Sure.
okay? Great. Thank you. Now, Hector, sometimes when people say they want to think something over, the first thing they want to think about, especially when we looked at all the information, is if you even want to sell your home. Now, you told me you're definitely moving to San Diego,
Yeah,
correct?
we have to sell the home. Absolutely.
So you don't want to think about that.
No, that is done.
Great. Let me just make a note. So the second thing then, Hector, is the price we set on your home. Now, we just talked a lot about this, and it seems you're pretty set on the $650. Are you comfortable with that?
Well, we wanted more, but we understand what you're saying, so we hesitantly accept the $650.
Okay. So when we work together, you would feel comfortable with me going and telling everybody about your home at $650. You would be okay
Yeah.
with that? Fantastic. Thank you, Hector. So then we don't need to think about that. Now, the third thing, Hector, and sometimes this happens, you might want to think about the agent you're going to have representing you in this process to get you to San Diego. Is that
Correct.
right? Okay. Is that kind of what you want to think
No,
about
we
then?
know that you're the right agent. We're clear on that. Your track record is why you're here.
Well, thank you, Hector. I appreciate that. So based on the fact that you need to be in San Diego in under 60 days, based on the fact that you really don't have to think about the price, and based on the fact that it sounds like I can sell your home, based on all that, Hector, let me ask you an honest question. Do you feel I can sell your home and get you to San Diego?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Why don't we just get started then? Let's sign the
Okay,
agreement.
I signed the contract. Go ahead, Anne-Marie. Take your victim.
So, Bob, we really like what you said tonight, but we had an agent here last night who agreed to drop their commission from 6% to 5%. Now, it's vitally important that we get as much money as we can because of our move. So would you consider, or will you reduce your commission so we can agree and sign this contract?
That's a great question, Anne-Marie. And I guess my question is this. If we can agree on the commission, do you want me to go ahead and list the property for you?
Yeah, we liked what you said, so yeah.
Okay, so you do want that, all right?
Yeah.
So Anne-Marie, let's talk about that. So the fee that we charge for me and my company to market and do everything necessary to get your home sold for the past 27 years is simply, we just charge a simple 3%. Okay?
Okay.
And my recommendation is that we incentivize the market by offering another 3%. So that is 6%. So that we get the most agents excited about selling your home and get the most exposure. Okay? So that you net the most amount of money by just going with the standard commission.
Okay, I guess.
Okay, great. We'll just charge the regular 6%.
Okay.
So easy.
I know.
Yeah, right.
All righty. Faith, let's see here. We really like what you had to say here last night, and I mean, Faith, we really like what you had to say so far tonight. But the agent that was here last night said they dropped their commission from 6 to 5%, and it's vitally important, though, we get as much money as we can because of our move. Will you consider or move your commission down so we can agree and sign a contract?
Oh, that's a great question, Bob. And I guess my question is this. If we can agree on the commission, did you want me to just go ahead and list your property today?
Correct.
Okay, so you do want that. Is that right?
Yes. Yep,
Yes.
absolutely.
So let's just talk about that. So the fee that we charge for myself and my company to market and do everything that we do for the past 27 years to get your homes sold is simply 3%. And my recommendation is that we incent the market by offering out another 3%. So that's a total of 6%. So do you want to go ahead and get the most exposure and get the most agents excited about your home, and then so you net the most money by just going ahead with the standard 6% commission?
Okay.
I was so convincing. Great. We'll just charge you the 6%.
All right. Okay, Faith, go ahead.
Okay. Hector, we really like what you had to say, and I believe your track record is one of the best. But for my partner and I, we're going to need a day or so to think this over before we make a decision.
Faith, and I really appreciate that because getting to San Diego is very important to you and your family, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
I really want to help you. So, I really want to help you with that process, and I'm excited about helping you with that process. So just that my notes are complete and I can do a great job for you. Would you mind if I just review the things that you may want to think over? Would that be okay?
Okay.
Great. Thank you, Faith. Thank you. Sometimes when people say to me they want to think something over, the first thing that they may want to think about, especially after looking all this information, if they want to sell their home. Now, you told me you're definitely going to San Diego. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we definitely want to sell our home.
So you don't need to think about that. Is that correct? Okay.
That's right.
So I'm just going to make a note of that. That is great. And the second thing, sometimes, Faith, is the price that we set on your home. Now, I know that we talked a lot about this just now, but it seems like you're pretty settled on the 650. Is that okay? Are you comfortable with that?
I am. Yep, that makes sense. I mean, I'm hesitantly accepting 650.
Okay. So, all right. So if we're going to work together, you feel comfortable me going and telling everybody about your home at 650. You will be okay with that?
I would be. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Faith. Great. So we don't need to think about that one. And the third thing, Faith, and sometimes this happens. Well, you may want to think about the agent you're going to have representing you in this process to get you to San Diego, correct?
Correct.
Is that something that you still want to think about?
No, we think you're the right agent, and we're clear on that.
Oh.
And your track record is why you're here.
Fantastic. Thank you, Faith, and I appreciate that. But, based on the fact that you want to be in San Diego under 60 days, and based on the fact that we don't really need to think about the price, and based on the fact that it sounds like you think I can sell your home, based on all that, let me ask you an honest question. Do you feel I can sell your home and get you to San Diego?
Absolutely.
Yeah, why don't we just get started? Sign the contract so I can help you get what you wanted in the time you wanted.
Excellent.
Okay, and Marie, you get to do the affirmations.
I am a great
I am
listing
a
agent.
great listing
I am
I
agent.
am a great listing agent.
Money flows to
Money
me.
flows to me.
Money flows to me.
My clients know me, like me, and
My
trust
clients like
My
me,
My
know me,
clients
and
know
trust
me,
me.
like me, and trust me.
me. Hands up to the sky as loud as you can.
I
I'm a winner.
am a winner.
I'm a winner.
All right. See you next Friday. Have a great weekend and prospect. Take
Thank
care.
you,
See you then.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
Yeah.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay motivated, recruits.
Bye.
All right.